Hey YouTube, this is Tack with Euro.American.Passion. I was actually giving you a follow-up on my projects that I was actually dealing with. Um, Once again, I'm an actual full-time worker, so sometimes I can't put out content as much as I would like to, but as I put it out, it'll give you an idea of what I'm doing as things are going along. I hope all had a beautiful holiday, Merry Christmas, as well as a New Year. And now it's time for us to get back to work. So without further ado, let me show you what I got going on. All right, so everybody remember this. 72 Mustang Coupe. That's what the interior looks like. And I don't know if you can see this, but I purchased a police interceptor, 2008, with 78,000 miles on it. Had a rough life on the transmission, but the engine is in really good condition. Bought it from someone because of the fact that the computer went out. So I went and bought another computer. And the computer I got came out of 2008 police interceptor, and it's good. This is the original one right here, 2008. The funny part about it is this is the original one that came out of the police car, but for some reason it grounded. So I turned around and I got this one. And just so you can see, everything matches on this thing. This one car that I went and pulled this off of was only a month older than this other car. And if you can see, all the numbers match except for the serial number, which of course you know that number is going to be different. But the first main number was that W7806, 7804, which is right here as well as right there. The main number, the 8W7A alpha, with the RB, all of that is the same. But everything is pretty much the same on that. But like I said, that one grounded out. That's the 4.6. That will be going in there. Now I'm going to do something a little bit different, because not too many people like to deal with these big body Mustangs. My whole intention is to pull a complete cradle and suspension off of this one right here, so that everything can bolt like it's supposed to. Now, of course, remind you, if I put this 4.6 in there, I don't know if you can see it, but the actual steering not stabilizer, but the bars for the, and as well as the gearbox, all is rear and is set up for a front sump. Well, after I get through with all of this, it's going to be cleaned up, and my whole intention is to have a delete for the strut towers, as well as a clean firewall, as well as fender housing. And I'm going to put a remote master cylinder brake boost kit on it, where I'm going to extend the master cylinder and brake booster till about right here. And it's going to be a rod that runs to it. Same as the, I don't know if anyone of you guys know anything about the W30 or the E30 BMW with the V8 swap. That's what they do. So that's what I'm going to do. But in order to correct this issue with the suspension as well as the strut towers, I would say 60% of that unbolts. And then, of course, I'm going to drill out the wells on these. And of course, I'm going to take out the actual steering gearbox as well as the linkages for everything, because I'm putting a complete front end from a 2008 Police Interceptor. Same thing that this engine came out of. And this is the car. Well, almost what's left of it. So I haven't gotten to the point where I'm going to crush this car yet, because I plan on using everything that I can use for this car here. And there's a ton of things that I can use. The only thing that's really different is this is a unibody and this is a body over frame. So I'm going to use the master cylinder. I got all my wiring harness. I got the computer. There's the actual wires for everything underneath the hood. Also, what I'm planning on doing, I've already gutted out the interior. This was a running and driving car. I'm going to get the interior wiring for this so that I can actually show the system able to run, because I'm trying to fool the system to think that it's still in this Police Interceptor, but it's going to be in that car there. My next focus is, there's a couple of spots in the Mustang that actually is rusted through. Instead of actually trying to buy a whole complete panel, a lot of these panels, like the floor panels, on the Mustang, it's a 6x6 section that needs to be replaced. I'm going to cut out from this car and replace it over here. Like I said, once again, the brake booster and the master cylinder is going to be pulled from it. And I know the rear end is a, that's all I can say. But of course, this is it's a link setup system, as well as, that is a leaf spring setup system. And what I'm thinking about doing is taking this link system off, getting rid of all of the actual link bosses, cutting them down smooth, and cutting off the actual purchase from the 9-inch and putting them on here. And I was told that I can use a Ford Ranger perch and weld those on, and they would fit there. The dimensions as far as the length are almost the same. This Mustang has never heard of it, but I saw it in the decoder of the VIN. It has a 3.0 gear ratio on it. I guess it was designed to be on the highway, but it actually has that as well. It came with a 351 Cleveland. It's kind of odd combination, but hey, no complaints. This one has the 373 gears in it, and it's going to be a runner. So my whole intention is to put this in here and run sidewinders. I've always loved sidewinders, and put some sidewinders on it. And that's what I'm working on right now. So just to kind of give you a heads up, once I actually get all the stuff that I need off of here, I plan on scrapping this vehicle. And once I scrap it, then I'm going to start breaking down this vehicle to start installing certain things. Oh, for the people that want to know, the actual bosses here and here, they're both the same on the frame rails of this car. So you don't have to actually really worry about it. The only problem that you're having is here is where the actual cradle bolts to. All right, so what I'm planning on doing is cutting it here and cutting it back here. because I need to get the actual bolting mechanism there for the actual cradle to bolt to, because I'm going to cut it and make a perch to go back here. Oh, you can't see it because of that. There's going to be a perch that goes there. So I don't know if you can tell, but for some reason, the further back you go, the stronger the metal is back there, because you can see where the actual idler arm is bolting. Idler Pitman, I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've actually dealt with that. I'm so used to the rack and pinion. But anyway, you guys got to understand what I'm saying. But I'm going to build a perch that goes here so I can bolt the actual control arm, the back side of the control arm to. And for GP, from here to here is 34 inches. From that frame rail to this frame rail is 34 inches. Center to center. So, like I said, what my intentions are is to cut here, and then cut that little section where it needs to have the, what do they call it? The control arm bosses. I don't know if you can see it. See if I can find it for you. Oh, those three right there. Those are the bolts, the bolt holes right there. So I'm gonna cut that out and create a gusset for those to bolt to. So this is my plan, and this is what I'm working on. So, and those are the bolts that hold the cradle into place. So once I get everything together, I'll give you some more idea of what I'm doing. This is 4 inches wide. That's only 2 inches wide. It's 4 inches tall. This is 5.5 inches tall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a 2 by 1.5 rectangle tube to bolt, so the actual collapse here can collapse down on it perfectly, and it'll give me the provisions to actually be able to bolt them down together. So once I do that, it makes things so much easier for me. Please excuse my shop, because when I started pulling this stuff out, this old nasty fluid started coming from everywhere. So once again, this is Tech with Euro.American.Passion. Just to give you a little follow-up, a little heads update. I got to show you another one. I picked up another flag, guys. Of course, I got my Lexus, my checkered flag, and my Koenig. You know, Koenigsegg. So I'm a big flag fanatic. So once again, this is Tech with Euro.American.Passion. Just giving you a heads up. And once I actually, now since it's a new year, you'll start to see some content. And the content is going to be beneficial to all of us, really, because you guys can give me an idea of what you see versus what I'm looking at. And a lot of times you can give me some feedback. I'm doing this for the love of helping some other fellow brother or sister, as well as trying to do something different. But it's all within love. No disrespect to anybody. All I ask for is like, share, subscribe, comment, to all those good things. It doesn't cost you anything to do it. Continue to get content, and we're all going to actually enjoy it. So once again, always remember, fight COVID, stay blessed, peace.